Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Martin Meets Guitars, Guitars in the Attic, whatever you want to call it, we're back. Subscribe, ring the bell because it's moving. We're loving it. It's absolutely brilliant. We're revisiting you with another little snippet of my history in my sessioning world. I was lucky enough, as I've explained before, to work with Sophie Ellis-Bextor and Mika. During Mika's break for his second album, I got kind of poached onto another gig, which was Lily Allen. It was a phenomenal band, first and foremost. It had Eddie Jenkins and Johnny Jenkins, who are both brothers, who had played with The Example and also The Streets, and they were phenomenal. That was the drummer and the keyboard player. And the bass player on it was a guy called Morgan Nichols, and he was the sounds and keys player on Muse for about the last sort of 10-15 years. So the band was like apart from me, I don't know where I kind of fitted in, but the band was like a little super group. It was like a massive jump up for me because I suddenly found myself playing with musicians who they were just on such a level that they never looked at themselves as sessioning musicians. They were just like worldly gifted players, you know. They were in a zone that they were credible for. So anyway, the track that we're going to look at is a track called It's Not Fair. I'll cut quick, let you watch the video, and then we'll jump in and sort of dissect it a little bit. See you in a bit.
He says he loves me all the time. He calls me 15 times a day. He likes to make sure that I'm fine. You know I've never met a man who's made me feel quite so secure. He's not like all them other boys. They're all so dumb and immature. It's just like
Hi guys, welcome back. I hope you liked it. The song starts with a a loop. It's a sort of country loop that they've probably picked off an old song or something like that. So we needed that loop to play on the underneath of it as it sets the song up. But once the song's set up, it's pretty much my part that takes over. The sort of part that I came up with for that loop part was a sort of... Sometimes I open it up, sometimes I mute it. There's a section where where it's just a breakdown section, and I mute that quite heavily. And then it opens up, so there's variations of it when you're listening through to it. That was fun to play. I really enjoyed listening to the wee loop and trying to dissect something that would fit in that song. The sound itself also is a little bit of slap delay, a little bit of reverb, and that's pretty much it. With a wee bit of compression in there to get that sort of country thing. So the chorus feel, again, that sort of opens up. There was no guitar on this, and that was one of the good things about the Lily gig that I really, really loved. And we might visit a few of her tunes in this series, because it was a good insight into being a player who, you listen to the album, there's no guitar, what you're going to play in it, what you're going to do that comes up quite interesting with keyboard parts. I usually found that if I stuck to a keyboard part and went with that and embellished on that didn't, not so much upset the keys, but didn't infringe on their frequencies, it worked for me. And then also working on sort of bass riffs as a sort of groove to kick along with as well for some heavier stuff. But the chorus feel that I did for it was just basically bouncing off the chords. So I did that, and then obviously the sort of country thing would kick in, and there's a few wee riffs in there that you might hear. I probably play it better in the song than I do when I'm not, because I was probably in the zone, but that was one of them. Just funky little things, funky little country riffs. Simple riffs, so you probably play those type of things a lot. All the time, but it's how you can get it into the song that doesn't stick out like a sore thumb, and also you don't have the singer turning around. Like I mentioned it on the Mika track, Grace Kelly, you're there to support the singer, you're not there to show off and have the cameras turn around and look at you because you're doing a riff. That's what you really sometimes have to watch out for. So it was getting that fine balance of not overplaying and also just supporting the song. But we did get a couple of riffs in there. Me and Eddie, we always used to have sort of little bits of duels, so I don't know if I've stole his thunder on some of the things, because he would play some piano riffs and then I'd maybe play the end of a riff and let him sort of catch over. But if you listen to it, you'll see what I'm getting at. Phenomenal keyboard player as well, Eddie. So that was pretty much the chorus feel. And then the old country riff to finish it, do you know what I mean? That's the old favourite. Can't do any more country bends. I think that's more the repertoire for country bends. I do know a few more, sorry. But yeah, that was pretty much it. I hope you like it. Click and subscribe, ring the bell. I hope you're liking it. Send us some comments. Send us some comments of what you like. Send us some comments of what you dislike, and we can work on it for you. Also, if there's any songs out there that you'd like me to have a bash at, I'd love to give it a try. Another little thing that we were thinking about, if you have any guitars out there that you'd like to hear on the channel and me play them on the channel, for instance, if it might be an SG because it's a AC/DC song that you love and want to hear, bring it down. I'll play your SG on the channel, whatever track it is you want me to try and murder. I'll give it a go. Hope you like it, and we'll see you soon for another wee blast. Ta-ra.